Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy. We're here to present you our MLB On Deck segment for Thursday, June 6th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. And if you haven't came and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily FanDuel, and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to come check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. So, hey, what up, Jeremy? How you doing out there, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm good. Told you guys to stay off Texas yesterday, didn't I?
Hey, gotta go right back to the well today, though, man. But, yeah, you were right. Good call on that. So it's a small slate. We got 5 games. 2 of the games, we have, some decent pitchers that are going, and then we have a couple games that should just be really high scoring. So, yeah, man, I'm ready just to jump in here real quick and just talk some baseball and kind of get the day going. You ready to go?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Real quick before we do, if you guys don't mind, please take a quick second, click the like button down below. Helps me out. Really appreciate that from you guys. And yeah, man, let's go. So I'll start with, as always, with the bats. I'm going to go straight to it. I like both sides of this game. We got the Texas Rangers at home, really good hitting ballpark. They get a matchup today against David Hess, who gives up a 45% hard contact rate, 163 ISO to lefties, 426 ISO to righties. Texas as a team, they have a 209 team ISO. So, man, I think this is a spot Texas could put up some runs. The only thing that's kind of like about it is you definitely want to attack Hess more with the righties, with the 426 ISO. And Texas big bats, they're more lefties. But I definitely think you can still look at it. Danny Santana, Elvis Andrews, Hunter Pence, Azubo Cabrera is a switch hitter. You could possibly consider him. Those are the righties that I like, and you can throw in a couple lefties just to kind of finish off your stacks. But I definitely want to really be on the righties for Texas today. So that's really where I'm at to kind of start the day off. I want to start with Texas. On the flip side of things, you got Baltimore. They're in the same stadium. It's a really good hitting environment. They get a matchup against Ariel Gerardo. Gives up a 35% hard contact rate, 0.055 to lefties, but a 213 ISO to righties. So you want to attack him with the righties as well. You're looking at the switch hitter in Villar, Mancini, Nunez, Ruiz. You can even look at Rickard. Those guys are definitely in play. I like those righties. Difference is, both sides, you really want to attack righties with righties in this game. Baltimore has some righties that have some upside compared to Texas. I don't know. Some of these righties, I don't know how much we're really going to get upside wise. All their upside is more in their lefties, and Joey Gallo's out of the lineup as well. That's one thing that you've been bringing up about Texas is, that's the biggest bat they got, and it's not in the lineup. It makes the lineup a little less scary. But both sides of this game definitely in play. The Texas and the Rangers attack both sides with righties. Outside of that, moving on, I think this is the best spot on the slate. You get the Yankees going against Edwin Jackson. Edwin Jackson is just an absolute gas can. He's one of those guys that, teams sign just to kind of eat up minutes. Eat up minutes, eat up innings. So, Edwin Jackson, 45% hard contact rate, 179 ISO to lefties, 605 to righties. Yes, 605 ISO to righties. Yankees as a team, 203 ISO. Man, you got to love the Yankees righties in this spot. You're looking at DJ LeMahieu, Voit, Hicks, Sanchez, Torres. It's really 1 through 5. Those guys are really, really in play. You could possibly, start with the Maven at the bottom of the lineup and wrap it back around to kind of get your stack a little bit different right there. But you got to really, really love the Yankees. Am I wrong? Yankees best spot on the slate against Jackson?
It looks good.
Yeah, the only reason is because I seen that Texas had a higher total than the Yankees, but I feel like the Yankees should have a little bit higher total. That's kind of why I was asking you that question. But moving on out after the Yankees, I like one more game, both sides of this game. First, I'll start with the Angels. Angels get a matchup against Mike Fiers, 39% hard contact rate, 180 ISO to lefties, 194 ISO to righties. Yankees as a team, 175 team ISO. They got a little bit of pop. So I'm looking at Mike Trout. Ohtani starting to swing a little bit better bat. You could throw in Pujols at a good price. Calhoun, he's definitely up and down, but has some pop. Brian Goodwin has been showing some pop this year as well. Power numbers are up a little bit. Estella, if he's going to be in the top of the order, he's a guy as well that he's showing some really big time pop. The power ups. I think he has. Let me check 1 second. Yeah, he has. How many home runs does Estella have? I think it's like 15 or 16 already. No, you know.
I don't think it's that many. I mean, I'd say I wouldn't be surprised if he has 12 or 13, but I'd be shocked if he has 15 or 16.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up because I was watching a game against Minnesota, and he had hit a home run.
Stella hit his 13th home run in the first inning last night. Trout has 15, hit his 15th home run in the third inning.
So that's what it was. Stella had hit his 12th home run against Minnesota like a week ago, and that was his career high. Was 12 home runs. So he had matched his career high, and we were a third of the way through the season. So that's what I was trying to get at, is he's showing some power upside this season for sure. So I definitely think you can look at a bunch of these Angels. It kind of just depends on how the lineup shakes out. And then on the flip side, you got the Oakland A's. They get a matchup against Mike Fiers. Mike Fiers, he's shown some big time upside this season. I think you can really look at him at GPPs, but he's also shown some spots where he can get hit as well. He gives up a 39% hard contact rate, 180 ISO to lefties, 194 ISO to righties. You're looking at the Simeons, the Chapmans, Piscotty, Chris Davis, Olsen. Those are the guys that you really want to target. Profar, if he sneaks in the top of the lineup, he's possibly in play as well. But I do like some of these A's. So just kind of round it off, and I'll let you jump in here. I'm liking both sides of the Texas-Baltimore game, both sides of the Angel-Oakland game, and then I really, really like the Yankees. So, yeah, what teams did I miss as far as bat-wise, and what you like pitching?
I mean, I'm just going to keep it real, dude. This is a 5-game slate, okay? And where are you going to be different? Because everybody's going to be on 4 teams, okay? And possibly 6 teams. So everybody's going to be on New York. Everybody's going to be there. The first place that I really think you can be contrarian that on this slate is definitely worth loading up some bats against is I would definitely look at loading up some bats for the Padres against Washington. And I'm going to say Washington and not Patrick Corbin because of the fact that Washington's bullpen is so bad with a 7.20 ERA. Patrick Corbin is going to have to go out there and give a quality start, which he's perfectly capable of doing. He, I believe, leads the league in quality starts. Right. He's one pitcher in this staff that they consistently let throw over 100 pitches. So, you've got some big right-handed power in that Padres lineup with Franmil Reyes, Hunter Renfroe, Manny Machado. Ian Kinsler's had some gap-to-gap power this year. So I think that's one place you can definitely be contrarian is with the Padres. I believe they have the lowest implied run total on the board. The other place, I would definitely look again. I go right back to the well with the Toronto Blue Jays. I've said it over and over and over again on this video that I don't like left-handed pitchers the day after a lefty just threw. So you had Paxton throw yesterday. Now you've got Happ throwing today. Lefty yesterday, lefty today. There are some definite big strikeout numbers as far as K percentages go in the Toronto lineup, but there's also some really big ISOs against left-handed pitching in that Blue Jays lineup. Rowdy Tellez, almost a 300 ISO against left-handed pitching. Lourdes Gurriel, over a 300 ISO against left-handed pitching. And I believe Gurriel had an extra base hit yesterday and had a really good game. So Toronto, the Padres, definitely in play on a 5-game slate. Definitely 2 spots to be contrarian because Patrick Corbin and J.A. Happ should garner some ownership. And then the last place that I'm going to say is Minnesota. I just think that, look, I know Trevor Bauer is good. Trevor Bauer is the top price pitcher on the slate. People will load him up today. They won't load up Minnesota because they'll load up Trevor Bauer. And you can definitely get leverage on the field in this spot. Minnesota doesn't have one person in this lineup, projected lineup at least. We'll have to see what the confirmed lineup is. But they don't have one person that doesn't have over a 200 ISO against right-handed pitching. 200 is the benchmark. Minnesota, we know, has absolutely beat the crap out of the baseball. Yes, yesterday they got a bullpen game. And that, that score, there were some runs scored in that game. Hitting conditions look to be good. The weather looks to be somewhat warm in Cleveland. Berrios is on the flip side of it. He's not a guy that, if you look at his splits, he doesn't pitch as good on the road as he does at home. So I think there's definitely some opportunities to be very contrarian on the slate while still getting exposure to the chalk. You don't have to completely eat all the chalk on the slate, but that's kind of from a bat perspective what I'm looking at. Pitching-wise, look, it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, you've got Trevor Bauer on the slate. You've got Jose Berrios on the slate. They're the top two guys. A guy you mentioned in Mike Fiers. Look, Fiers, if you go all the way back to the Toronto start, I actually recommended him to our members in my deep dive and stacks article in that spot because of the strikeout upside in that lineup with the Toronto Blue Jays. I still think that Hap, there's some upside from a K standpoint, but I just don't like Hap at all this year. I don't think, we've broken him down. We've taken a deep dive into what he's doing. I don't like Hap. I don't like him in this spot. But having said that, that could be a leverage situation to get some Hap exposure against a lineup that does have some upside. I sound like I'm contradicting myself, but you're going to have to do that on a 5-game slate if you're going to try to take something down, because everybody is going to fall in line and go with the high implied run totals, Bauer, Joey Lucchesi, Patrick Corbin, and Jose Berrios. In my opinion, those will be the 4 most owned pitchers, and I think Bauer will probably garner a good amount of ownership, but I would not be surprised to see Berrios as the highest owned pitcher because of Minnesota's reputation to swing the bat.
Yeah, no, for sure. Today's going to be one of those days that we talk about. It's like 5 games. You kind of want to mix your exposure in a bunch of different spots just to kind of – there's a couple of things that could happen. You know what I mean? There's like you said, Washington and San Diego is interesting just because, once you get past Corbin, you can get 4 or 5 runs just in those last couple innings. So, yeah, man, hey, that's kind of where we're at. If you guys want to –
The difference here, right, and I'm just going to note this, right, the difference here is Philadelphia going into the series against the Padres, Philadelphia had lost 5 in a row, okay? They lost 4 in a row. They lost the opener. They were on a 5-game skid. If you take a look at ISO numbers in that lineup or in that rotation – for Philadelphia, Arrieta, Nola, Eichhoff. I mentioned on Deep Dive, there's something going on with what this pitching staff is doing as a pitching staff from a scouting report standpoint, from a pitch mix standpoint. They're getting smashed by left-handed bats. Their ISOs are so completely nuts what they give up to lefties as opposed to righties. Lefties are giving this rotation fits. When you look at this lineup, this rotation, when they face a right-handed heavy lineup, they typically fare very well. When there's lefties mixed in there and more than 2 of them, it typically becomes harder for them to navigate through that lineup. And then the Padres had some guys in that lineup that really smashed right-handed pitching. I haven't looked at the Padres today to see what their ISO numbers are against lefties, but the difference here is Patrick Corbin doesn't have high ISO numbers against him from either side of the plate. He's been really good this year. So, I just think that it's a leverage spot. I'm not, without going, you'll have to tune into my deep dive to see what I really think about this. But just first glance, big slate overview. I think San Diego is a spot that you could get some leverage against Corbin. Corbin's going to garner probably the most ownership on the slate. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely going to be the chalk spot for cash.
Right.
So
and if this on a 5-game slate to win a tournament, you need a slate breaker. San Diego would be the slate breaker if Patrick Corbin's going to be the chalk.
Yeah, no, I get you for sure. So, hey man, that's kind of where we're at to kind of get today started. If you, like I said, you want a more in-depth analysis on today's slate, hey, make sure to check out the site, dflcheatsheet.com. Got a bunch of other stuff for you on today's MLB slate. Plus, we got NHL up. On the weekends, we have NASCAR, PGA, MMA. Hey, check it out. Truly one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. And, hey, good luck on your guys' contest tonight, and peace out.